Good morning, everybody. The other side back at you again. So I just wanted to know this morning, are you giving it all you got, man? And I'm asking that question this morning because I think it's important for a person to ask themselves that question. What am I putting in? What are my results going to be tomorrow for what I'm doing today? Because it's going to show up tomorrow. You gonna get the results for what you put in today, tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I think where a lot of people mess up is they confuse, working hard or the amount of time that the results take to get here with the work that they're doing right this minute. People want instant gratification. They want it to happen overnight. They go out and take a dumbbell and go to 1,000 times and expect to turn into Superman tonight. That's not the way it works, man. I believe that a lot of people give up prematurely because they go into it, with the mindset of, hey, this is what I'm about to do, and they don't really read the fine print or have a plan laid out to where this is what the result is right here for this amount of work over here. A lot of people just assume that they are doing what they need to be doing, and it's an illusion. Like they build this false reality that they are doing everything that they are supposed to be doing or everything that they need to be doing to get the results that they want. And then in the end, when they don't get the results that they want, they end up mad with other people, mad with themselves. You feel like a failure, or you think like a failure. So, you don't even try anymore. You don't even take that next step. I honestly think that most people are winners, but people give up too easily. You don't stick to it long enough. You don't stick around to see the end process. I believe that everything in life is a lesson. I believe that everything that you go through in life teaches you something. I believe that if you stick to anything long enough, you'll see the results that you want to see. For example, from 2014 to 2017, I was incarcerated, and all I could do was sit back and watch the clock the whole time I was in there. It was stressful because I knew that was not where I belonged at. As far as like my purpose in life, this is not serving me at all, being here. So, and I'm not saying that, I'm not saying whether I was guilty or not guilty for whatever I was doing the time for. My point today is that I realized while sitting there that, hey, this is not where I want to be at. This is not, time is just moving on without me on the outside. When I get out of here, I got to make some changes. I gotta make some changes right now. And that's basically what I did. I started listening to all the motivational stuff. I was able to have a cell phone because I was in work release. That was the main thing that I locked in on while everybody else was gambling. They was trying to find stuff to sell to people inside the work release center. Go out into the free world and get cigarettes and all that type of stuff. I did a little bit of that too. But at the same time, my main thing, what drove me every single day to get back on that van and ride all the way to that chicken plant, with all the noise and all the people around me, just the negativity and the daily, we spent about an hour on this van driving to the chicken plant, and then, man, so they would wake us up at about 1 o'clock in the evening. I think we had to eat chow around 1 o'clock. And then by 3 o'clock, we had to be at the chicken plant, clocking in, getting dressed out and all that stuff. And by, I don't want to be lying about it, but that's what I think the hours were. Like 2 o'clock in the morning, we made it back. Got searched and all that stuff to come in. And once we got in, we got, our showers and all that type of stuff, crashed and slept all the way until about 1 o'clock again the next day. So did that for a while and, kind of got burnt out doing that and, just wanted more out of life. So, this motivational stuff, I listen to a lot of Les Brown, a lot of Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, all the greats, man. Simon Sinek, Warren Buffett, man, the list goes on and on and on. These are people that I listen to on a daily basis to develop a mindset, a winning mindset instead of a losing mindset. And obviously what got me into that situation to begin with was a losing mindset. I wasn't thinking straight. I didn't have the winning mindset at the time. I thought I did, and I just, made too many mistakes to be a winner. You know what I'm saying? So I took full accountability for everything that was happening to me, everything that I was going through, and just took it straight ahead, head on, man, and just stopped, complaining, stopped thinking about why I'm in this situation, who did me wrong, and all that type of stuff, man. My deal was to get to where I'm living a better life, regardless of what I've been through. Yeah, that stuff is still there. It's in my past. I remember so much of it, but it doesn't define who I am today. That took me on a wild journey, and I appreciate it. I'm not regretful. I'm not in a negative mode because of all that. Like, I find myself trying to be in a positive mode because of all that. I mean, and to top it all off, I know people that are still in there that was there when I left. I'm talking about 2017. It's 2024 now. That's a whole 7 years later. Guys that was in there before I even walked through the door that I, became cool with are still sitting in there. And just like, man, it's really sad to me to know that people that I connected with or that I was cool with are still sitting back there behind bars, hadn't even been to court yet, none of that type of stuff. Like, it really sucks. But I'm not trying to advocate for, freeing everybody or whatever, or saying who's right and who's wrong, or who was falsely accused and all that type of stuff. It is what it is, I mean, I can't change the world, but what I'm saying is that it sucks to be in a position like that. I was only there for 3 years, and I wrapped my mind around some stuff that really helped me to improve in my life and to get on to the next level, which is what I call where I'm at right now, because every time you look around, I'm winning, you know what I'm saying? Not to brag, I'm just saying, like, I recognize the difference in where I was 5-10 years ago and where I am now. And I think that's real important for a person to do some self-reflection every once in a while and check out, what you're doing, where you at, and make sure you're on the right path. I mean, if you want to make a cake, you look at what the ingredients are and the measurements of those ingredients, and you put them in step by step. You don't put, the icing in before you put the flour in. You got to do this in a way that will make the cake and make it to what you're trying to make it into. You can't skip steps. You can't, start off with just the egg and, throw icing in on it. It's not going to work. That's not how you do it. It's a structure and a way to do every single thing. And if you could just figure out what that structure is for whatever it is you're trying to do, you can get to where you're trying to get to. I've used that mindset in so many different ways, and it took me from being a loser into being a winner, whether it's building something, working on a house for a friend of mine, or working on a vehicle, something that I thought I couldn't do in the beginning. I'd go back and research it, and I find out how to do it, and then I implement that, and in the end, I end up getting through it and surprising myself more than anything. But the whole while, I built up the confidence and told myself, hey, I can do this, and just followed the steps. So I just want to know whether y'all are following those steps, or whether y'all are even questioning yourselves. I'm not saying this to talk down on anybody or saying that I'm better than anybody or anything like that. But are you stepping back and looking at where you are versus where you want to be? I know everybody is not where they want to be in life, but if you sat back and looked at where you are versus where you want to be, I mean, almost like you're looking at a map. You want to go to California, but and you in Kentucky, you don't know how to get there from memory. So you take this map, zoom out a little bit. Okay, from Kentucky to California, at least you got to go west. depending on, you know, where you at, and probably a little south too, for a good ways. And you know, just by looking at the map, whether it's going to take you 6 hours, 12 hours, 18 hours, you can expect that, versus a guy that don't even check to see which direction he needs to go in, and he just sets out on foot like, you know, go this way, and just bump my head a few times. And no, man, pull out the instructions and figure out how to do this first before you go through all that heartbreak and heartache and, you know, the hard times and stuff, because you didn't listen, or you didn't learn effectively, or you didn't pay attention. Read the instructions. I'm not sure if anybody got anything out of this. Hopefully somebody got something they could use out of it. Really just, you know, what's on my mind this morning, and I'm hoping that it could help somebody in some kind of way to get their life on track. I mean, I ain't a guru or nothing like that. Nothing close to one of them. I just live life, and I have experiences and stuff that I can talk about based on what I've actually lived and what I've been through. So don't take it as I'm talking down or trying to, you know, one up somebody or something like that. That's not the case at all. I really want to see people do better. And if I can help them in any kind of way, whether it be telling my story, like what I did, what I didn't do, what to avoid and stuff like that, it could put the next person on a better path than the one that I was on to begin with. So, you know, I bumped my head a few times and had to figure it out. So, you know, if I could help somebody to avoid doing that, just one person, that's a win for me. You know what I'm saying? So y'all, if you don't mind, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and man, I'm glad y'all following along and watching, and I appreciate it 100%, man. Keep your head up. Don't get fed up. Keep chasing your dreams and don't let go, man. Y'all have a good day. Love y'all.